Welcome back to VeloView. Today we're diving into one of the most anticipated cars of the decade, the 2026 Chevrolet Bel Air, a nameplate that carries decades of history and nostalgia. Chevrolet's decision to bring back the Bel Air wasn't just about dusting off an old badge, it was about reinventing a legend for the modern era. So in this review, we'll go through the design, performance, interior, technology, driving feel, strengths and weaknesses, and finally whether this car deserves a place among the modern icons of the road. The first thing that strikes you about the 2026 Bel Air is its styling. Chevrolet has paid clear homage to the original, with hints of the iconic fins, wide chrome accents, and a bold retro-inspired grille, but all of it reinterpreted with a contemporary twist. The stance is wider and lower than its classic predecessor, giving it a muscular road presence, and LED lighting wraps around the retro body lines to make the car unmistakably modern while still tipping its hat to the 1950s. The proportions are carefully sculpted to balance nostalgia with aerodynamics, so while it pays tribute to the golden age of American cars, it's fully optimized for today's performance and efficiency demands. Every detail on the exterior, from the flush door handles to the sculpted hood vents, feels intentional, and overall the Bel Air communicates sophistication blended with muscle. Under the hood is where the Bel Air surprises the most. Chevrolet hasn't just put a modest power plant here. Instead, they've given the Bel Air a beastly V8 that pushes around 650 horsepower, reminding everyone that this is not just a retro cruiser but a full-on performance machine. That power is delivered smoothly through a modern multi-speed automatic transmission, offering both seamless shifts during calm cruising and rapid-fire gear changes when you push the car hard. Acceleration is breathtaking, with a 0 to 60 time reported in the low 4-second range, possibly even dipping below that depending on trim. The top speed is said to approach 180 miles per hour, putting it squarely in sports car territory. Despite its big power and heritage-inspired looks, the Bel Air is not a blunt instrument. Chevrolet has equipped it with adaptive suspension, independent front and rear setups, and upgraded brakes to make sure all that muscle can be controlled. Handling is crisp and balanced, steering is precise, and body roll is well contained. You can sense its weight on tight corners, but the modern chassis tuning means it still inspires confidence. Step inside and the cabin tells another story of blending past and present. The design echoes the original Bel Air with sweeping two-tone layouts, retro patterns, and analog-inspired details, but the execution uses modern luxury materials and technology. The dashboard features a large digital display that can be customized to look like classic gauges if you want a nostalgic vibe or fully digital readouts if you prefer modern minimalism. The center touchscreen is equally impressive, offering quick response, vivid graphics, and complete connectivity. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, over-the-air updates, and built-in navigation are all standard. Premium sound systems from top-tier audio brands fill the cabin with rich clarity, turning long drives into an experience. The seats are well-cushioned and highly supportive, with options for heating, ventilation, and even massage and upper trims. Space inside is generous for both front and rear passengers, positioning the Bel Air as more of a grand tourer than a cramped muscle car. The ride comfort is superb, with high levels of insulation and adaptive dampers that soak up bumps while keeping the car planted. Technology is where Chevrolet has made sure the Bel Air is future-proof. Beyond infotainment, the car comes loaded with advanced safety and driver assistance systems. Features like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, emergency braking, and 360-degree camera coverage make daily driving safe and stress-free. Higher trims are rumored to include semi-autonomous highway driving, heads-up display, and even night vision. What's impressive is how smoothly these systems integrate into the driving experience. They support the driver rather than interfere, letting you choose whether you want a more analog, hands-on drive or a futuristic assisted one. On the road, the Bel Air delivers a balance that few cars manage. Around town, it's surprisingly easy to maneuver for its size, with light steering and adjustable driving modes that let you tone down the aggression. On highways, it transforms into a confident cruiser, eating up miles with ease while staying stable and refined. Push it on twisty roads, and the adaptive systems firm up to give you control and responsiveness, reminding you that this car was built to perform. The exhaust note is worth mentioning too, a deep growl that builds into a roar, perfectly matching the character of a performance grand tourer. Fuel economy, as expected, is not its strongest suit, especially when tapping into all that horsepower, but that's the trade-off with a big V8 and the thrills it provides. The strengths of the Bel Air are obvious. It revives an iconic name with respect and creativity, it delivers staggering performance numbers, it offers comfort and luxury at a level that rivals premium Grand Tourers, and it's packed with technology that keeps it competitive in today's market. The styling is distinctive, the driving experience is versatile, and the car offers a rare mix of retro charm and modern capability. That said, there are weaknesses. Fuel economy is one, as buyers will need to accept higher running costs. Pricing is another, since this car is not targeted at budget buyers but rather those willing to pay for exclusivity and performance. Purists might argue that the Bel Air was once a family car, and turning it into a high-performance Grand Tourer changes its identity. And finally, outside of the US, availability and support may be more limited, making ownership more complex in certain regions. When comparing the Bel Air to its rivals, it sits in a unique space. It doesn't directly compete with a Corvette or Camaro, which are more traditional sports cars, nor does it try to be a European luxury coupe. Instead, it carves its own niche as a stylish, retro-inspired performance Grand Tourer with American character. Buyers who choose the Bel Air aren't just getting a car, they're getting a statement piece, something that sparks conversation and admiration wherever it goes. Overall, the 2026 Chevrolet Bel Air is more than just a nostalgic re-release. It's a thoughtfully engineered, high-performing, stylish machine that respects its heritage while carving out a future for itself. It may not be the most economical or practical choice, but it's not supposed to be. It's about passion, presence, and performance. For enthusiasts who value history, design, and excitement, the Bel Air is a compelling option, and it could very well become a modern classic in its own right. If you enjoyed this detailed review and want to see more breakdowns of the hottest cars hitting the road, make sure to like the video and subscribe to VeloView.